wrestling once again appears at the beautiful Capitol Center. The wrestling action set to get underway at 8 o'clock in the evening. Scheduled on Saturday night, August 16, ladies and gentlemen, a special ladies tag team match. In addition to that, we'll see, speaking of tag team matches, a premier title confrontation. The Samoans, Alpha and Sika, defending the tag team championship against the newly formed combination of Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, his tag team partner, the Polish power Ivan Putski. Notwithstanding the significance of that match and many others on the card, undoubtedly we're looking forward to the match. The culmination of the most bitter feud in professional wrestling history, Larry Zbyszko versus Bruno Sammartino in the special lumberjack main event, no holds barred. And if either Zbyszko or Sammartino, for any reason, either voluntarily or involuntarily, leaves the squared circle, then one or all of the wrestlers on that card tonight that will surround the squared circle, surround the ring, will scoop up Sammartino or Zbyszko and heave them back in the ring until we have a decisive victor. But at this moment, let's direct our attention to Captain Louis Albano and his Wild Tag Team Championship combination.
Well, you know, Vince McMahon, I'm really looking forward to this match because I think that we can prove without the shadow of a doubt that once and for all the Samoans are truly the champions of the world. They're up against top talent. As you know, the World Wide Wrestling Federation has got the best in the world today. And when you see Tony Atlas, a man with a 23-inch arm, and Ivan Putski, a man with a 4-inch brain, well, you've got to combine that effort and you've got to feel, what is it? Is there continuity? Is there togetherness? Is there anything? I say no. What do you say, punk? All you can do is kick. Can you bite? Can you scratch, punk?
All right, Lou Albano along with the Samoans, and I suspect the tag team title could very well change hands on the 16th of August. At this moment, our very special guest, wrestling's living legend, Bruno Sammartino, preparing for the lumberjack main event. Bruno in no place to run or hide in this one.
And I can't tell you how happy I am about it, Vince, because the last time I wrestled Judas in doggone it, Vince, when I wrestled this guy last time, he had the audacity to say that in Washington Capitol Center that I paid off the commissioners, the referee. You know, I've been wrestling a long time, and to these kind of accusations, I'll tell you, they hit you and they hit hard. They tear your guts out. This creep to say that I paid everybody off, and this is the reason why he took off, when in fact he couldn't take it. He started something he couldn't finish. He's the one who turned on me like a mad dog. And what happened when I got so heavy on him, I really started throwing some bombs, Vince, and he couldn't take it, and he ran like a coward. But I'll tell you, I'm so happy, and I thank everyone who made it possible to give me this wish, which is his lumberjack match, because there's no way that Zbyszko can ever give any kind of an excuse, because there's no way I can throw him out as he claims I did before, because there's going to be a whole bunch of heavyweights there throwing him back in, or me. I can get out because same thing will happen to me. The point is that one of us is going to be defeated, and it's going to be defeated solidly, and there'll be no way then that you can make any excuses, make any lousy stinking accusations, nothing. And Vince, I guarantee, and I'm guaranteeing all my fans, that I'm going to stop this Judas. I'm going to stop him in Washington once and for all.
Bruno Sammartino with his commentary on the lumberjack main event, no holds barred, with all the wrestlers around the outside, and he and Zbyszko on the inside. So with that in mind, yes, coming into view in just a moment, Mr. Controversy himself, or the self-professed new living legend, Larry Zbyszko. But you know, after this match in Boston, in Washington, it seems to me that if indeed you are victorious, yes, you have earned the right to be called the new living legend.
You know, I've already earned the title, the new living legend. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell everybody why. Because when I was beating Sammartino the first time I wrestled him in Washington, and he would not let me back in that ring, and he paid everybody off, I became the new living legend because I was the one that was on the up and up, and I was the one that was going at it with fairness, and I was the one that was after truth and a true end to this controversy that everybody talks about so much. Well, I want to say something, Bruno. I would have let you back in the ring if you would have fell out. I wouldn't have paid off the referees because I don't have to. I don't need anybody on my side. I don't need anybody in my corner. I don't need Phil Zacco behind me because I can do it all by myself. And with the men all around the ring, Bruno, you have no excuse. Not me. You're the liar.
Larry Zbyszko against Bruno Sammartino in the lumberjack main.
Right from Hollywood, California, weighing 235 pounds, here is Billy Berger. And his opponent, making his first appearance in this arena, is being led down the aisle by his manager, the one and only Grand Wizard of Wrestling. And here he is from Paris Island, South Carolina, weighing in at 305 pounds. Here is Sergeant Slaughter.
Boy, there's a good look at Sergeant Slaughter. He is a big man. 305 is weight listed. Taking a look at his opponent, Bill Berger, the Grand Wizard, still in there, and we're just about ready for the action to commence.
It's a battle of the strongmen. It's a battle of who is the supreme human being, shall we say. Arrogance against modesty. Ken Patera, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. Their paths will collide at the Baltimore Civic Center on the 30th of August. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line, and I know one thing for sure. Mr. Atlas has been in intense training. He's trying to get muscles on top of muscles to prove that he will be the new champion come August 30th.
Well, now we're going to find out if Sergeant Slaughter can wrestle. Slaughter against Billy Berger. Quickly, the knee to the abdominal area. Another driving knee to the midsection, and that has to take its toll, Bruno.
It certainly does, especially the way he's driving it. He's driving that knee and he's putting his weight behind it, and I'll tell you, Berger is down, and you know, he's got to be short of wind right now. What's this move we're going to see now?
Again, a knee to the abdominal area and the upper rib cage.
He's got to knock the wind out of you too, and here he does it again. That's two knees to the midsection and two driving twice, picking him up and driving on the top of his knee, and that's just about knocked all the wind out of Berger.
Down again into the abdominal area. Grand Wizard looking on, sporting a mustache and sporting a new man. Boy, I'll tell you, this Sergeant Slaughter certainly makes good use of his legs, doesn't he?
Well, just like I said, I've heard about his reputation. He's supposed to be awesome, an extremely mean, big, powerful man, and we're seeing a bit of that. He's showing us a lot of viciousness. He's showing us strength, which he certainly has an awful lot of size. So thus far, it's all Sergeant Slaughter, and poor Berger's been nothing but taking a lot of punishment.
It was interesting earlier the way that Sergeant Slaughter whipped Billy Berger into the ropes and still hung on to the wrist. Just with the momentum coming off the ropes, Sergeant Slaughter pulled actually the arm, much in an arm drag fashion, but rammed his knee into the midsection. Oh, what a devastating slam that was. Oh, Slaughter showing no mercy at all. Oh boy.
Well, you know, he could have ended it right there. There's no way that Berger could have got up if Berger didn't jerk him up.
Back body drop. And again an attempted cover, and Slaughter not ready yet to pin his man Bill Berger. There's no doubt that Sergeant Slaughter is out to impress as many fans in a negative fashion, and perhaps out to impress many wrestlers in a negative fashion by his first appearance here, Bruno.
Well, he's achieving both. He is impressing in a negative fashion, but just as his reputation says, the guy's extremely mean and big and very vicious, and he's showing just that. He knows he's got Berger beat. He knows he can beat him anytime he wants, but he's just going to punish him, as you say, trying to impress the people as to, oh, wow, the close liner now. That, you know he's not going to get up from that.
And not unless he's helped up. And there, a very unusual hold.
that's a form of a sleeper. The way he's hooked Berger's left arm, wrapped around, holding both sides of the head, putting pressure on the jugular vein. It's stopping the blood from going to the brain, and as you see, he's passed out.
Slaughter doesn't want to release the hold.
And this is very dangerous, Vince, because if he don't release that hold and that blood starts circulating, this could be very, very dangerous for Berger.
Sergeant Slaughter with a convincing victory over Billy Berger.
Here is the time, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and the winner with a Cobra clutch, Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, you can hear the fans at this arena, and now we do have a capacity crowd, do not in any way appreciate the efforts of Sergeant Slaughter. What a negative reaction. Let's take a little closer look at some of the action we saw there in the latter stages. Here comes that clothesline, Bruno.
Look at this. Look what he catches him. High on the neck,
Almost
under the
took his
chin.
head off.
That's right. And at this point, there's no way Berger could have gotten up. But of course, he brings him up himself, Sergeant Slaughter. And it's at this where he calls it the Cobra clutch. But to me, it's a form of a sleeper hold, because as you see, he's putting pressure on both sides of the neck, stopping the blood from going to the brain, and this, of course, will make anyone pass out.
Sergeant Slaughter on the victory. We shall return as we continue, ladies and gentlemen, in a moment.
Color TVs are what you usually think of when you think of Easy TV rentals, but now Easy is doing a whole lot more for you. Easy is renting freezers,